involving students in the talking phase and the initial phase is not enough. The children need to be involved through the working of the project. So, some projects will require children's participation not only during the construction and installation of the systems, but also in long-term maintenance and repair. So you've started it. You talked about it. You've addressed an issue. You've found a solution. You've built whatever needed to be done. You've started the work. Where is the guarantee that it will survive for a year, 2 years, 3 years? The maintenance and repair should also be something that the students are a part of. So how do you make sure that students contribute in the long-term running of a project? Beginning and ending it once it's done is not enough. Because if something breaks down, the students are the best people to talk about it. Why? They are the ones who designed it. They know what they've done. They know why they did something. And so when something doesn't work, bring them back in. After all, students are in school for 8, 9, 10 years, if not less, if not more. So the students can continue over time to see to the maintenance and repair of projects that they started for environmental education. Rainwater harvesting projects in schools in Myanmar are a good example. Prior to the projects, the school rarely used rainwater for drinking, instead transporting water from long distances. This is a good example from Myanmar on harvesting rainwater. Before the students thought of how rainwater could be harvested, stored, and used, rainwater was just wasted, and water for drinking was brought on from long distances. So it was a lot of work, and there was a lot of wastage. Good water that was right there was not utilized or stored for the right purpose, and water from long distances was brought for the same purpose that the water that was there initially could have been used for. So, when students get involved, they know what is required. So they made the rainwater harvesting thing. You no longer had to carry drinking water. Of course, you stored the rainwater. It had to be filtered, cleaned before it was fit for drinking purposes. But what a saving of time, energy, money, and human resource. Because the water now was right there, it was used for the right purposes, did not have to be transported from long distances away. Now the rainwater is collected in tanks from corrugated galvanized roofs of the school building. So the rainwater falls, the school building roofs are made of corrugated, are the wavy roofs, where the rainwater slides down, is collected in tanks along the periphery of the school building, stored there, and then it is filtered, cleaned, disinfected, chlorinated, whatever, made fit for drinking and distributed to the homes around the school and even used in the school. So it's a little bit of common sense, it's a little bit of know-how, it's a little bit of trying to see what can we do, how can we try, and unless you try, you won't know whether you succeeded or did not. So a good example to use, we also have, especially in the monsoon seasons, lots of rains, we complain about flooding, but if we used the rainwater wisely, if we siphonated the rainwater to proper areas and used it wisely, I think we could also do what Myanmar was successfully doing some years ago. The system requires maintenance, cleaning, and repair, completed collaboratively by the students, parents, and local NGOs. The system provides children the opportunity to participate equally with adult stakeholders. Like we said earlier, maintenance is important. Cleaning and repair of things need to be done. If your tanks where rainwater is collected is not cleaned, you'll be spending much more trying to clean the unclean rainwater in the stored tanks. So maintenance and cleaning and repair are important, ongoing. Involve adults, involve NGOs, involve other people from the local community, and let the young children work hand in hand, back to back with the adults. They gain a lot of confidence, they gain a lot of self-esteem. It does wonders for the ego, because imagine an 8-year-old working with an adult in an area that the young child also thinks he is contributing to something positive, something good that impacts and affects not only the school environment, but the local community also. So young people, if they are given the opportunity, they will prove themselves.